I am a little bit under the weather, got some cold or something going on, and I was thinking not to do live stream today, but because yesterday was a great live with great chat, just gonna chill in. Maybe we'll have some nice conversations today. Maybe we can share some valuable information, and if not, of course, close the chat. And that's it. Listen, guys, the first thing I want to say again is now you're able to join the Waitress Academy. It was like a month impossible to go through the signing process and payment system. Now you can do it. The only thing you have to do is just go first, create your profile, and then just follow the steps, and it's gonna work. We still deal with consequences of a hacker's attack, uh, but I think we're getting ready to run the site just the way it should be. Anyway, what's up with you guys? I really don't want to say nothing today. I'm not feeling, like I said, 100% healthy. But if you guys have anything to say, if anybody has, even if you just say your name and what's going on, where you're from, and what are you doing, any questions, any information, anything. Now, I got a one of you guys was asking for advice and everything like that. He wanted to go to work in Holland, and I said, go for it. Holland is a good country to work. So he was hired as a waiter remotely, online interview, blah blah blah. It's a Bulgarian guy. He left his family behind. He has two kids with a wife, and go to Holland to work as a waiter. Turns out he's not able to work as a waiter there. They put him in the kitchen. Um, his salary is about 1,650 euro, and of course he has, I think he has a room. They give him a room. Maybe he should pay something for the room, but not much. Anyway, making 1,650 is not bad money, but it's not much either. If you're working as a waiter, you're gonna get almost the same salary, probably the same salary, and then you're gonna make another 1,500 tip. So that's completely different story. But because they found out that he is not able to communicate much with any other crowd but the English speaking crowd, there they decided to put him in the kitchen. Probably they needed somebody to work in the kitchen. So these things happen, guys. You gotta be careful when you're making a choice. What kind of company you're gonna work? Ask questions during the interview. Make sure that you are making the right move. A lot of times you think, oh, I hate this job, I'm gonna get a better job, and you are going for the interview, you get an interview, and you're happy that you got a new job, and you go there, it turns out to be a disaster. A lot of times this happen, guys. So that's why I first say, don't ever, burn your bridges to the old jobs that you had. And second of all, if you go to the interview, make sure that you ask the right questions. All right. And yeah, because I mean, just research the company, research some their Facebook page, see what the general comments are. Um, you don't want to make a move where you leave your wife and kids behind and you go to another country, and then you find yourself in a pretty difficult situation. And because you don't have the money to go back, and what you're gonna do, you can't do nothing. You gotta stay there. Now, you are not making the money that you think you're gonna make. It's difficult, all right? So very important thing when you go for an interview, when you're choosing a company to work, make sure that you do research and do the right thing, so you don't get in a situation like that. The Last Respect 7 million. Good morning, The Last Respect. What's going on? Jackton. Hello and quick regard. Thank you, Jackton. Nice to see you back on the live stream. Yeah, it's just a cold, man. We go every day with my son to the swimming pool, and he didn't want to get out of the swimming pool, and he didn't want to get off the slider. We were just sliding over there like I don't know how many times, 100 times, and yeah, it was a cold, so we got cold. Dennis, on 15th of May, I start on Iceland midget in Croatia. Dennis, ti si, bratku? That's good, bro. You know already Croatia. You've been there. You know what to do. Go for it. I'm happy for you, my friend. That's great. Maybe I come and see you on Iceland midget. I gotta check it out. How far away is from here? The last respect teaches the best sales techniques to collect more tips. Now, being a top seller, of course, makes your sales, your revenue, bigger, and you make more tip. I got lessons and I got tutorials. I got videos about how to be the top seller in your restaurant. So right now I'm gonna go through the whole process, but yeah. So selling more, of course, brings you more tip because people tip on percentage mostly. The next thing is small talk. Not the next thing. The most important thing is the small talk. You gotta learn how to small talk with your guests. You gotta learn how to create this special personal relationship with your guests, and that happens with a small talk. And then, of course, the quality of your service, anticipation of your guest needs, very important things. But yeah, those three things probably are the most important: small talk, quality of your service, and of course, being a top seller. Selling a nice bottle of wine doubles your check. All right, if you work in a normal restaurant, like average check $20. All right, you got two people sitting on the table. All right, and they want to drink just a glass of wine. If you can sell them a bottle of wine, let's say $45. All right, you just double your check. Instead of 45 or $50 check at the end of the evening, you're gonna have $95 check, and the tip will be accordingly as bigger. So you are right, but like I said, I have complete step-by-step tutorial on how to be the top seller in the restaurant. I always make sure that as soon as I join a new restaurant in the next 3 months, man, I am the top seller. I got the biggest average checks. I'm selling the best, most expensive wines on the list, and I'm selling the most chef specials. Nobody can outsell me on the chef specials. Nobody. Dennis says, yes, I am. Ai, Bratko. Bravo, super. Ajde, vidimo se tamo. O Croatia. Okay, welcome. Is 1 hour from Dubrovnik. Oh, that's down. I don't think I can. I will be able to come with a little kid and my wife all the way down to Dubrovnik. That's pretty far away, my friend. All right, let's see. Maybe you never know. But it's good that you got the job, and go get it, brother. Croatia is a great place. You already know you make good money there. So I'm happy for you, my friend. Balkan Knights Gaming. Okay, we got a Croatian guy here. I am from Croatia. Islands of Midget is amazing island. See, Dennis, that's nice, man. That's a great info. You're going to a great place. So maybe I should make all the effort to go and see you there, brother. All right. Listen, we just turned out. I was going to tomorrow. We were supposed to travel to Italy, Lago di Garda, for like 3 days. Turns out that my wife got 15, but 5 days vacation. So I will let you know, guys, where I'm going, because for 5 days I'm not gonna go to Lago di Garda, probably go somewhere else, maybe go to Holland, maybe go to Malta. Let's see. But I will let you guys know, anybody that's in the place that we go. I would love to stop by, have a coffee or some lunch or dinner with in your restaurant and meet you guys personally. So that's gonna be very nice. The last respect says, what is the largest tip you have collected in a month ever? In a month? Well, I don't remember exactly because I don't count months. You know, when we were working in the Venetian, when I was at the Venetian in Las Vegas, and in the banquets you get automatic 18%. So we were making a lot of money. It depends how many banquets we work, but sometimes you make $10,000. Yeah, that's gonna be $10,000 tip and salary, but the salary is nothing. Salary is $11 an hour. So the tip goes another $40 an hour. So the tip is a way bigger percentage than thing. But in a month, yeah, $10,000. Yeah, no, yeah, probably some months more than that. December, December is a very busy month in Vegas, and March as well. So December, for example, I'm going home every day. Not every day, but most days you go home with like $450, $500, $600 a night. So let's say you work, what, 20 days in December. Maybe you work more than 20 days, but let's say 22 days, 22, 23 days. And yeah, you have a check. Yeah, so it's about $10,000. $10,000. Every day, this December, a waiter that I sent to work in one of the top hotels, top restaurants in Switzerland, he told me he made $17,000 in December. But this is like really, I mean, this place is crazy. You work a lot, but you make a lot of money, but you serve like the most expensive wines, the most expensive champagne, the most expensive freaking, well, the food is not the most expensive for sure, but yeah, everything else is really, you're selling a bottle of wine. Almost every table gets a bottle of wine that is at least $2, $3, $4,000. They're selling Jay-Z champagne for $8,000, 8,000 francs, but franc is a dollar. So yeah, yeah, you listen, you can make this money. I know a lot of people that make more than that. I knew people that make a lot more than that. For example, my colleagues that we used to work banquets at the Venetian, they will book every single banquet. All right, they will book every single banquet they could possibly get. All right, so they work like, there are months that they work like 20 banquets, 20 days, 20 banquets. That's not 20 banquets, that's more than 20, because they work breakfast, lunch, dinner. They work any banquet they could possibly book, and that brings you, at the end of the month, you probably finish with like $20,000 for the month. All right, but I just could not imagine myself working this kind of, that's too much for me. I was never, me working 14, 15, 16 hours every day or every other day. I didn't want that. I want to play golf, I want to chill, I want to go to the fitness, I want to drink coffee like 2-3 hours every single day. And I just gonna go for a banquet in the evening. You work 4 or 5 hours, but you go home with like $400 or $500. So I mean, that was absolutely enough for me. Jackton, I would like to thank you for the lessons from your past videos. I have to say I have really improved greatly. Hospitality is all about learning something new each and every day. Thank you. Thank you, Jackson. Listen, that's exactly what it is. You learn every day something. You cannot just learn you cannot sit down and for 1 week or 2 weeks or 2 months just learn, you're gonna learn everything. No chance, no chance. Because we have so many things to learn, man. You have different cuisines, you have different techniques, you have different wines, and it's ever changing, ever changing. They come up with different cooking styles, and they come with different menus that's just like mind blowing. And of course, the wine industry is always changing. I mean, even if it's not changing, every vintage is different. All right, this year the weather is good, the wine is great. Next year, the same wine, the same producer, the same price or even higher price, but the wine is bad because the weather was bad. You have to know all those things, and so much to learn. So you don't expect from yourself that you're gonna know. I don't know anything. I don't know everything about the F&B industry. I've been in this business for 30 years. I have no idea of so many things. I mean, so many things. And yeah, with every new job, you just learn new things and stuff like that. But it's great that you want to learn, Jack. And that's the most important thing, that you want to learn, that you want to improve, and that's the only way you build your life. You start living the good life. So that's what it is. The last respect says it's amazing. I guess that's about the tip you're talking. Balkan Knights Gaming. I just want to say that 7 years ago, when I start my job in gastronomy, your Sir channel was the first one that popped up, and I tried to equip all your tips on how to improve as a waiter, seller, and as a human. Wow, man. I mean, you just made my I got a goosebumps right now, guys. Yeah, imagine that, man. 7 years ago, we started 7 years ago, for real. Thank you, Balkan Knights Gaming, for saying that. Yeah, I think we help a lot of people, and we keep helping a lot of people. And I try to, I try to teach you not just how to do service, but also, how to be a good person, how to be a good leader, and how to live your life. And I even have these videos about how to respect your money and how to invest your money, because I think that's very, very important. How much money you make, like me in Vegas, I'm making a lot of money and I never have money. Hey, we just talked today with a friend of mine. I called him in Las Vegas. He was working in Chicago. I called him in Vegas. I was like, dude, you're wasting your time. Come to Vegas. I'm gonna help you. You're gonna get a job. You're gonna make a lot of money. I was like, man, I'm making here $150 a day, man. Bro, you're working two jobs. You're working 14 hours a day. You're working 7 days a week, and you're making what, $4,000 a month? Just come over. You see what is it. So that's what he did. He came to Vegas. It was really hard at the beginning. First month was terrible. He was about to, go back to Chicago, but finally we were able to get him a job. He started working, started making $7,000-8,000 a month, every month, $7,000-8,000, and he was saving every single penny, and he was investing back in our country, buying apartments, buying land, buying houses, and so, he was making a lot of money, but he was investing his money properly. I was making a lot of money, and I was spending my money in strip clubs and parties and all the things, crazy shit that you can imagine. All right. So the difference is huge. All right. When I came back from Vegas, I had no savings, but I was my side hustle brought me money, because I was buying houses, I was renting them, and then I was selling them, and I was flipping houses basically, and that's why I came back with with a lot of money back in Bulgaria, but this money that I made, they were not worth as much as the money that he was investing through the years back in the country. Because back in the country, for example, when he bought his first apartment, he was buying apartment for, let's say, he bought two apartments for $18,000. I'm talking about, this is about 2000. year 2000. That's 23 years ago. $18,000, he bought 2 apartments. I came back in Bulgaria with $180,000 after I sold the house. And with this money, I could have possibly bought 2 apartments, same size, and then, you know, furnish them and make them ready for that with $180,000. And of course, I didn't do that. I started a business and blah, blah, blah. And I lost all the money in the stock market after that and all those kind of things. But yeah, so it's important, guys, not only how much money you make, but how do you spend those money? How do you invest those money? How you live your life in general. Jackton, is there a possibility of professionals from hospitality, especially in the food and beverage service department from East Africa, to get a chance working overseas through Waiters Academy? Listen, not right now. Now, you have still chance to go to many countries to work, all right? Like you can come to Europe, like those Eastern European countries like Bulgaria, Romania. You can go to the Middle East. I would suggest that you go to Middle East because probably that's the best. You can get hired in Singapore as well, and some other markets. Now, we post jobs on Waiters Network. Companies post jobs on Waiters Network, but we have nothing to do with those jobs. If you want to get the job, you have to apply to the company, and if they approve you, then you can get the job and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, like, you get ready, Jackman, because market is opening. It's crazy how bad the situation is. The market is opening all the time. They will start hiring people from all over the world in Europe in the next 3 years. You're gonna have a chance to come and work here legally, making good money, setting up your life. But you gotta have the certifications. You gotta have if you go to a school, you know, F&B school, you gotta have the school. They are looking for those kind of things in Europe. You know, in order for the company to hire you and get your paperwork to bring you here to work, you're gonna have to have education in F&B. That's a must. Yeah, that's how they work. So make sure that you are ready. You got the experience, you got the education, you got the certificates, the diplomas, and just be ready. Cynthia, nice to see you back on the live stream. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything is fine back in Australia. So Cynthia says, thanks to your advice, have been getting amazing feedback on my customer service from management. A family returning to restaurant greeted me so warmly like an old friend. Yeah, that's happened, man. And that's probably the most beautiful moment you experience in the restaurant. When somebody comes back in the restaurant and say, hey, is Cynthia working today? We want to sit on her station. All right. And like, wow. And when they see you, like, wow. That's why my wife never wants to leave her job, because she knows all the guests now. Everybody that comes to the freaking bar, you know, the hotel, they don't go to the hotel director. They go first to her, to hug her, to, you know, tell her, you know, how you doing, blah, 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 blah. And then they go to the hotel director and they go whatever they do. And she loves that. She loves the respect and the love of her guests. And it's, yeah, I mean, it's amazing, Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. The last respect. Can you tell us best countries to work as a waiter? Yeah, there are many beautiful countries, my friend. For me, United States, the best. Switzerland, Australia, Canada, even here, all right? I don't like to work here because you gotta work long hours, but when you're young, you gotta be prepared to work long hours in Austria. So it depends not only on the country, but it depends on the property you work, all right? Because you can go to the United States and work in a restaurant and, you know, make even $30 a day, all right, tip. That's still, you can go to United States today and get a job as a waiter and not make more than $30 tip. It depends on the property you work. All right. So I have worked in Austria um, in a restaurant. My first job, not speaking much German, blah 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 blah. I was making even $200 tip a month. All right. They were just not allowed to tip. Even on the check, there was no line for tip and everything like that. We were trying to fight this and stuff. But anyway, we were not making no money. But it was my first job. I was determined to settle down in Austria, learn the German language and get a better job. So eventually, like few months later, I got a job when I was working only 4 hours a day or 5 hours a day, and I was making like 70, 80 euro tip. Like what the hell, man? And then of course I moved here where I am right now, and I was working at the top restaurant, and Kitzbühel is a top resort in Europe, and I was making about $3,000-4,000 a month. So it's the same country but different properties. So you gotta try to get the jobs, not the high and paying job, but the jobs that make you the most tip, and those are the high hospitality jobs, like fine dining restaurant, Michelin star restaurant, upscale restaurants that you have a good guests spending money on steaks, on wine, and that's gonna make you the big money. All right. And of course you gotta be the top. You can work at the best restaurant in the freaking world. All right. The waiters make a lot of money and you're still not making money. I tell you what, experience again, when I was in Vegas, my first 2 jobs were terrible. So I go to this restaurant that I see every day. It's right across the street from my restaurant on Las Vegas Boulevard. And I go there, I was like, hey, I want to get a job. And he was like, no, man, I have enough waiters. I was like, no, man, listen, give me this chance. I will be your best waiter, all right? In 3 months, I will be your top waiter. He was like, okay, let me see what's going to happen. So anyway, he gave me the job. And he put me lunch. And I see those guys, they are working in the evenings, dinner shifts, and they're making $200, $300, $400 every single day. And I go home with $50 because I work lunch. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I had to prove myself that I'm really number one to become the head waiter in this restaurant, to go to work at 6 o'clock and close the restaurant at 10 and go home with $250, $350, $450 a night, every single day in my pockets. But yeah, so a lot of stages you got to go through to get to the top money. But you're young guys, like most of you are very young and you got the time. So make sure you take the job seriously and make sure you learn and improve your skills every single day so you can climb the ladder. And eventually, I would say 2 years. You need 2 years from busboy to become a head waiter in a top restaurant making a lot of money. Cynthia, another table of young people wrote an email to my boss expressing such commendation and praise that management read it out. All right, you're making me sentimental now. To the crew, much to my embarrassment. Yeah, it's embarrassment sometimes, but inside of you feel the love and you feel good, and it is what it is. Beautiful. Congratulations, Cynthia. That means that you're doing an amazing job. You're a great person. You're a professional waitress, and that makes you also money. That makes you money. And Cynthia says, thanks to you and your dedication to teach us. Well, this is just a small part, Cynthia. It's mostly thanks to you and everybody else that come here to learn, because I can teach as much as I want. If nobody wants to be better, to make good, to grow up, to learn, it will make no difference. But it's thanks to you guys. You are the one that put the effort and do the job. So congratulations and best of luck. The Last Respect says, who's the best to work in, the restaurant or the hotel? 100% a single standing restaurant is the best place to work. One single standing restaurant. If you can get a job in a steakhouse, in a like a really top steakhouse. It's gonna be the most amazing thing ever. A restaurant that works only dinners. It's a fine dining or like an upscale steakhouse restaurant. People go there, they eat steaks. Steaks are very expensive. And then, of course, when they eat steak, they drink red wine, expensive red wine. You guarantee a high average check. You guarantee yourself great sales. And, of course, accordingly, tip if you do a good job. The last respects, guys, like the video. Thank you, my friend. I don't think that makes much difference, but I appreciate that. At the beginning of the channel, of course, I was fighting for likes and for subscribers and for views and for anything. Yeah, right now I'm not fighting for nothing, just enjoying myself here chatting with you guys. It's a real pleasure. And when you get the feedback, Cynthia gets the feedback from her guests and she comes back to the live stream and she gives me this amazing feedback and makes me feel like $1,000,000. I don't care about nothing else. So thank you. I appreciate that. Good. Listen, guys, I'm gonna close it because you can probably hear me. I barely talking. My nose is stuck, and I better go get me some tea, not just drinking coffee. But it's been amazing talking to you. Thank you for coming today. Yeah, stay safe, guys. Take care of yourself and your family. Work hard, make good money, enjoy life, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully everything is fine. I'll see you tomorrow, 11 o'clock Central European time. All right, peace. Thanks. You're welcome, Jackton.